What cheer, y'all? Welcome back to Reddit the Wire. Well, Aqueduct has the Wood Memorial, but it also has an Oaks Prep on Saturday's card. That's the Gazelle. It's a grade 3, ninth race on the card, running a mile and an eighth, the Oaks distance, for 3-year-old fillies. And as we mentioned in the Wood, one thing to remember about this race is they do encounter a turn fairly quickly. So just want to remember that. And horses to the inside with speed, a little bit of an edge. Those to the outside, not so much. So just something to think about. Take a look at this field. Ballerina d'Oro certainly sticks out. Chad Brown's trainee and got a second, taking the second start off the layoff. Probably going to be have a better effort than the third place in the last one, which was a tad disappointing. Vanilla Sunday for, of course, Mike Rapoli and Todd Pletcher. Can't have a stakes race in New York without them, so here you go. Early on, who finished a surprisingly good second in the Virginia Derby. Then we've got Doria for Dick Dutrow, Pure Beauty, and Liam in the Dust. A couple, little bit, Pure Beauty kind of under the radar. Liam in the Dust has been at the stakes level with limited success. So it's an interesting field. There's one defining characteristic when you look at this race: who ran on Lasix and who didn't. There are so many horses in here who have improved immeasurably since adding Lasix. And so the real big question is, of course, can they do it without it? Now, Late Night Call, I just don't think is good enough. This is one that has had just broke the maiden and did so with Lasix, and I think would have to take a really big step forward to be a factor here. Just not good enough, so I'm going to let go. Now, Vanilla Sunday is one that really is hard to know what to do with. The connections, Todd Pletcher, Mike Rapoli, but this one's first two starts were nothing to write home about. However, they were in the mud, and now debuting at 3, ran in a maiden on a good track, dry, fast. Basically wired a 5-horse field and blew them away. Didn't have a lot of pressure on the front end, but did it with Lasix and had such a higher number than what she had run before. You really got to wonder if that it was the Lasix, maybe it was the dry track. Maybe she's just vaulted forward at 3. It's really hard to know. I'm going to use her because, she could be the real thing. We don't know. And if she moves forward off of that first start at 3, she's very dangerous in here because if you look at the other runners, everybody else comes from way off the pace. So it's logical, very logical, that Vanilla Sunday can win this race. You just don't know, and that's the real. This is a riddler. This whole race, there's so many of them you got to wonder about. We do know that Liam in the Dust has consistently not been good around 2 turns, and will certainly be a pace factor, but also hasn't proven that she can manage her speed to the extent where you think that maybe she could wire this field. And I think it's more the distance than it is anything else. So I will let Liam in the Dust go because I think her form is proven enough to be not good enough here. Now, early on, did surprise in the Virginia Derby, coming off Lasix, and didn't seem to affect her at all. She ran a good race. Now, I am encouraged by the fact that the race prior to the Virginia Derby, she was a little more up around the pace, rated pretty well, and if she can do that here, return to that type of running style, she's very serious. Because again, the lack of early runners, or lack of most of the horses want to run from off the pace, and a lot of them are suspect. So the one now early on, I believe, was going to run in the Gulfstream Park Oaks, and Saffie Joseph scratched her out of it. Give her another week. This is a much softer field, I would say. So Early on, I think the only concern I have is that in the Virginia Derby, she was way back, way too far back, and a one-turn race. I never like it when they do that because then you start to wonder about how good they are. Because, if she really had the class, she would have been up right amongst the leaders, and so that's a nagging question for me. If she can rate more kindly, rate up closer, be more engaged earlier, she's got a really big chance here. But she also needs to improve her speed figure, which did decline off of Lasix. We have to note that. But early on's an intriguing one here, and I think you have to use. And she's got an outside shot, I think, to win this. Pure Beauty, to me, is pretty interesting. Comes off a race where Honest Promise just ran in the Gulfstream Park Oaks and ran a very good race off Lasix. And that was the big issue. Going into that, I wondered about her quality, but she ran an excellent race behind 5G. Just couldn't get to her, but I'd say that's no sin. So that, to me, elevates Pure Beauty, but again, without Lasix, what do we get? I mean, she looks like she's heading in the right direction. I'm really interested in horses who aren't going to come from the clouds, who probably are going to be up amongst the pace leaders. So Pure Beauty, to me, at a price, makes sense. So we're going to use Pure Beauty. Now, Ballerina Doro, if she doesn't win this race, she's never going to win a race. I think this field is pretty soft. This is a horse who certainly has quality. The one issue is she probably, is a bit pace dependent. However, Chad Brown, it's the second start. She's certainly eligible to move forward. Will get the distance without an issue. The question is, can she get a little more engaged early in this race to factor? I'm picking her because I'm not, there's just so many questions in this race. I mean, Vanilla Sunday is such a big question mark. She could very well wire this field. She could. But it's just really hard to trust that form coming into this race. So I'm going to go with class and quality. I think it has to be Ballerina Doro. She needs this race to get into the Oaks. I think she'll be cranked and ready to roll, and this is a field that she should beat. So we're going to take Ballerina Doro. Now, De La Reine is coming from the turf, which is a good angle for Owen Hardy. She's 20% turf to dirt, and this one's been okay on dirt. Has run on it prior, so perhaps, and this one is headed in the right direction, without a doubt. I just, one of my things is I never like to see multiple closers in the back, and you take all of them, and what it really comes down to is who's going to get the trip, and I'm just more confident in Ballerina Doro. But De La Reine, I think, is a horse that you can comfortably use. Just a note about Doria, I don't get it, why she's even in this race. Maybe just Dutrow thinks that this one can get the distance, so take a shot. But the form just is really lacking, and Dutrow is always dangerous without a doubt. But I just need a little bit more to hang my hat on, and I just can't do it. There's just nothing that I see that gets me excited about her. So to me, it really, there's only one win option that's firm, that we know what Ballerina Doro can do. She's fully qualified to win this race. The only question is, will she be able to, I don't expect the pace to be terribly hot. Can she overcome that? And in her second start, where she needs this race, I think she can. So we go to our wagering strategy. This is not a race I'm excited to bet, by the way. I'm going to say that right off the bat. For the value play, because Ballerina Doro is going to be really short, we're going to go with Pure Beauty. Again, I think this is a horse that was flattered by Honest Promise's effort in the Gulfstream Park Oaks. Improved in the last race and seems to be heading in the right direction. I think we'll get the distance. And I think you need a price in here to buttress what is going to be a short price with Ballerina Doro. So we'll go with Pure Beauty. We'll just do real simple exactas: 2-7, 2-4, 2-5, and then we're gonna go 2-3 and 3-2 because if Vanilla Sunday's for real, she could wire this field. It's entirely possible, but I can't see Ballerina Doro being any worse than second in this race. Trifecta, going to keep it real simple. 2 on top with 3, 4, 5, 7. You could even, if you, I toyed with the idea of going 2 on top with 3, 4, 5, 7 with all, because again, the Lasix question, you just don't know with a couple of these others, and it's just one of those races that, to me, is really funky. However, I think Ballerina Doro's in this race for a reason. It's a soft field. She should win, so we'll go there. Hope our analysis helps you with your own wagering strategy, and I wish you the best of luck as always. And certainly, if you do like content like this, please like and subscribe. And again, we've had a great run so far. I really appreciate all of you newcomers. Welcome to the community. Good to have you for the Derby Trail and beyond. The comments, you guys keep up with the comments. I know I'm redundant with this. I say it in every post, but I love it. And I really appreciate it. And I love the fact that we're talking to each other. And that's good for everybody. So keep it up. Thank you very much for that. We will have much more content. We will have Santa Anita. We've already got the Santa Anita Derby out as well as the Wood Memorial. But we will also have the Oaks Prep from Santa Anita as well as Keeneland. And as soon as Keeneland sends out their past performances, we'll have the Bluegrass. We'll do our late sequence for Keeneland and the full card with best bets and value plays as well. So lots more content coming. This is a really fun week. It's a busy one. I think this is going to answer any lingering questions we have about the Derby in particular, and some for the Oaks as well. So real fun weekend of racing coming up. Hope you're excited for it. I know I am. So that's it from here. I'll talk to you soon, and until then, be well.